The galaxy had long agreed on a simple emergency protocol, a single code that meant absolute desperation, a signal that crossed languages, borders, and species, an SOS that no civilization would ever ignore. On the outer rim of the Perseus Drift, a small mining colony named Valorum Station found itself under attack by drifting asteroid fragments after a navigation array failure. Their communication officer panicked as alarms screamed and screens flashed red across the command deck. Instead of selecting the local rescue frequency, she selected an ancient interstellar distress band that had not been used for centuries. The message was brief and broken, filled with static and fear, but the code was clear enough to any receiver in range. What the officer did not realize was that this particular frequency was archived in the deepest layers of galactic history, marked with warnings in languages long forgotten. It was the channel once designated only for Deathworlds, planets so hostile that their inhabitants were considered too dangerous or too resilient to involve in ordinary affairs. Among those entries was a blue planet catalogued simply as Sol 3. Humans had not been heard from in nearly 300 years, and most civilizations assumed they had either destroyed themselves or ascended beyond physical existence. Valorum Station's signal pierced the void and traveled silently toward a region of space that many star maps left intentionally blank. Deep within that blank region, hidden behind artificial nebula clouds and gravity distortions, a dormant network stirred. Ancient satellites powered on, their solar sails unfolding like metallic wings after centuries of sleep. The distress code echoed through automated relays until it reached a massive structure orbiting Earth's moon. Inside, lights flickered on across corridors kilometers long, revealing the silhouette of a colossal warship suspended in dry dock. Its designation was simple and chilling: HWS Dominion. Automated systems verified the SOS authenticity within milliseconds and began a cascade of awakenings. Cryogenic chambers hissed open, revealing human officers who had volunteered for eternal watch. They stepped out calmly, as if only minutes had passed, their uniforms immaculate, their expressions focused. The Dominion was not merely a ship, but a moving fortress, carrying entire ecosystems, fabrication cities, and enough firepower to shatter small moons. Within hours, engines the size of mountains ignited with controlled fury, bending spacetime around the vessel as it prepared to answer a call no one else remembered how to answer. Valorum Station had nearly lost all hope as their shields weakened and debris tore through docking bays. Then the stars above them twisted like liquid glass, forming a vast circular distortion that eclipsed nearby constellations. From that distortion emerged a vessel so large it cast a shadow across the entire mining field. At first, the colonists believed it was a natural phenomenon, or perhaps a wandering artificial moon. But then rows of lights ignited along its hull in perfect symmetry, revealing weapons arrays, hangar ports, and defensive grids layered like armor plates on a living titan. A calm human voice transmitted across all frequencies with impeccable clarity, identifying itself as the responding force to the SOS. No one on Valorum had ever heard the word human spoken outside of myths and cautionary tales. The Dominion deployed thousands of drones that moved with coordinated precision, shattering incoming asteroids before they came within lethal range. Within minutes, the threat that had overwhelmed the station for hours was neutralized with effortless efficiency. The colonists stared in stunned silence as the enormous warship remained motionless, waiting as if expecting a greater danger to reveal itself. Galactic authorities soon arrived, their sleek patrol cruisers dwarfed by the Dominion's sheer presence. Diplomats transmitted cautious greetings mixed with thinly veiled concern. Human representatives appeared via hologram, composed and polite, yet carrying an unmistakable weight of authority. They explained that the SOS channel was never meant for routine emergencies, but for existential threats capable of erasing entire civilizations. The Dominion was only one of many vessels maintained in silent vigilance across hidden sectors. For centuries, humans had withdrawn from galactic politics, choosing instead to become guardians against catastrophic dangers others might not survive. The mining colony's mistake had triggered a response designed for apocalyptic scenarios. While no punishment was issued, the revelation sent waves of unease through every governing council. If one ship was this powerful, what might an entire human fleet accomplish if ever mobilized in unison? The realization shifted the balance of galactic power without a single shot being fired. After repairs were completed, the Dominion prepared to depart as quietly as it had arrived. Before leaving, the human captain sent a final message to Valorum Station and the surrounding systems. He reminded them that mistakes happen, but preparation and unity determine survival. The warship then folded space once more, vanishing into the cosmic dark like a legend slipping back into myth. In the years that followed, new regulations were written and old archives reopened. Civilizations began studying the forgotten warnings about Deathworlds with renewed seriousness. Stories spread of the colossal ship that answered a simple distress call with the strength of an empire. Children grew up hearing tales of humans not as conquerors, but as silent watchers beyond the stars. And somewhere in the hidden regions of space, the Dominion resumed its patient orbit, engines quiet but ready. Waiting for the day another signal might once again ripple across the void and call the guardians of the Deathworlds back into the light.